oh, young people start like, oh, not the new one, not the yeah, so on the way on me, my honors, now, oh,
How old are you?
I'm 17.
And what class are you in?
I passed to the door.
So where your parents are before all of this is happening to you?
The mother went to go. When those fast station go register the kids. But you can't know much is there out there. Only the speed and line to war. No, that's what I'm talking about. People don't want to have to again. Young people in the side and you need to have none to.
So wait, these people who are at that particular place in Cinco, so it is only the business there to be doing what they did to you and doing it to others?
Then my friend tell me there coffee.
So you was living with your auntie. And how you left? Why you left from there?
I mean, the work we for service. That didn't work for service. My ended the work we for service.
So you when you came from the place where you been allegedly abused sexually, when you came from there?
Last night.
Just last night?
Yeah.
Have you gone back to your house and informed your people what you went through there? Okay. So since you have now come back, let's come to the issue. Is this something you want to ensure that at least maybe the government or the police can go and where the incident occurred?
Yeah.
And have those who did the act to you can be arrested? You know the place?
Yeah.
You have gone to the police to alert the police about this? You have
Yeah.
to the police?
I went to the table and read some 5 people that are playing for me. One police officer they made now they play me say you know the area for the people playing for me and not to carry money.
So let's understand this. Beside your stomach, which part of your body is being affected so far on this issue?
I know when my stomach.
Were they feeding you or were they feeding others that are still at that particular area when these things were happening to them or happening to you as well?
When you play high and they full like I can sure I can beat just because we eat it. When you work like this, I say you don't be on a piece. So I swear it when my stomach.
Were they feeding you or were they feeding others that are still at that particular area when these things were happening to them or happening to you as well?
When you play high and they full like I can sure I can beat just because we eat it. When you work like this, I say you don't be on a piece. So I swear they beat just. I thought I used to eat a food. So I just to leave while I down with the poor with me.
How you escaped from the area?
The security man. That may help me. I went to here, I put to here, I split the young crowd. Now look my business when come inside they get be away. That's young crowd, I know. Not like ya come my friend lied to me. The make me like me risk. Give me money, they say you know go by who stay young. They my way for me to come. I stopped to the living time. She has said, when I explained to the people, and the people help me, get me to the station for me to explain the thing.
So your auntie you're living with, she know that you back?
She know about what you say. That you don't be on the street.
But is it true that you're on the street?
No, why you want to I know they play when people want to take for the bag and get in there. I know they play. Even get there for music, I don't want to get out to. One can't answer, but go away.
The fence big?
Big, yeah, like room there. More than 16, I can still tell you your children. I feel room there. For you, you can't eat. you don't want to do the food, all you can get the food. And I really happy to say you when you're going out here. When you refuse the party, I can give you jobs when you refuse.
And someone will say just a tip of the iceberg. Listen to the young lady there. And so we'll be playing host to Madam Onita Rabas. He's the director of SGBV, and a member for prison reform at the Ministry of Justice. She will be here, and then we're going to talk more. How can we tackle this issue? Especially when young women are being exploited. So welcome to the program. This is the Positive Show. We'll go over now and welcome my co-host Martina Tuba is here, wearing a brown shoes, a blue shirt. Martina, welcome to the weekend's edition.
All of our audience out there, everyone who always take up their time to contribute to national issues, I would like to say thank you for keep following us and making your contribution real to the discussion every day on Love FM.
All right, let's move on. Let's move on. This is a Positive Show, and it's live on Love 105.1 Love TV Live. And so I'd like to welcome all of you. Let's go now for our traffic alerts. If you are coming from the Broadville end, coming from across, it's been a little bit wet, so you need to move a little bit slower and make sure as you get to the various intersections, you can slow down, look left, look right, and always remember pedestrians also have their own rights to move freely. So if you're a driver, and another embarrassing thing is the splashing of water on people. Those of you in vehicle, in the keke, don't just see the person walking and intentionally you splash water on them. So from the Pittsburgh area, similar rules, and we often say here, when you're driving, drive with care. If you're riding, the message remains the same. Let's get few words from our sponsors, Lone Star Cell MTN, and then when we come back, we bring you some reminders and observation on the Positive Show.
Oh, don't tell, I don't tell you. Will you see Mama to pay for everything now? Mama, got a rain and a layer won't care you for. Mama, like your transportation for motorbike, taxi, bus, keke, and rental car. Pay with Mama. Oh, like yes, pay with Mama. Even in the market, you want pay for better ball, you better pay with Mama. You want pay for 32-inch weed, but pay with Mama. Listen, pay for anything and everything with MTN Momo Pay. It's simple, fast, and secure, plus no extra charge. Yeah!
Dial *156*3# or download the MTN Momo app to pay for anything, anywhere in Liberia. It's simple, fast, and secure. No charges and no holla holla.
MTN.
What's it making your face sour again today?
Bah, I supposed to pay my landlord today, but I forget today like Saturday and the bank can close soon.
But a big problem. But in Lone Star MTN mobile money get push and pull service.
Oh yeah, oh, I can withdraw the money from my bank account to my mobile money account and pay my landlord in 5 minutes. Hey, thank you, Jojo, thank you.
Banking with any of these banks: GT Bank, UBA Bank, Access Bank, Echo Bank, LBDR, Ivy Bank, Afriland Bank, or Global Bank. Simply visit the bank and request to link your bank account to your mobile money account. Get access to your money whenever you need it without any headache. It only takes 3 minutes. Mama more, whenever, wherever.
MTN.
What is better than free? Nothing. Free is better than 1%. Doing any transaction with MTN mobile money is free. We pay your fees for you. No more adding extra money when you are sending money to friends and family at any agent point. So, join over 1.2 million Liberians doing the transaction on the most trusted, reliable, and #1 mobile money service provider in Liberia, MTN Mobile Money. Dial *156# and start transacting today with MTN Mobile Money. Mobile money, da baby, eh?
MTN.
Flomo, I'm hearing something, oh. MTN Momo Fini launching a big promotion for MTN agents. Letting for more, yeah. Okay, deposit 1,000 to 5,000 LD and get an extra 20 LD cashback plus your regular commission. They say like jet is starting part, oh. Also get extra 30 LD in addition to your regular commission when you make deposits of 5,000 LD and above. Now it's a time to cash in and bump it. MTN mobile money. Y'all thank you plenty, yeah? Let me start bumping it now.
MTN.
Ladies and gentlemen, your famous Yuka Rental Services have bounced back with renewed vigor. Yuka Rental Services offers round-town services as well as out-of-town services with our fully air-conditioned vehicles. Yuka Rental Services have the best drivers in town that can take you anywhere you desire in a relaxed manner. We also have in our fleets several limousines under the Shatta Limousine Services. Our services are good and our prices are affordable. We are located on 10th Street in Cinco in the Technology Building on the land side. For reservation, call these numbers 0880-692184 or 0770-560560. When it is Yuka Rental Services, it got to be good, reliable, and relaxing. Are you looking for that perfect live band to make your event unforgettable? Look no further than Shatta Live Band Service. With our exceptional music talent and cultivating performances, Shatta Live Band will bring the magic to your special occasion. Shatta Live Band, the heartbeat of your event, bringing joy and rhythm, making memories heaven sent. From wedding to parties, they will set the stage on fire. Shatta Live Band, your ultimate desire. Whether it's a wedding, corporate event, or private party, Shatta Live Band Service is the answer. Our diverse repertoire and energetic performances will keep your guests dancing all night long. Don't settle for ordinary when you have the extraordinary with Shatta Live Band Service. Contact Shatta Live Band Service today on 0881 248401 and let the music speak for itself. With Shatta Live Band Service, where every note tells a story. Are you looking for a getaway that combines the beauty of nature with luxurious accommodations? Look no further than Woki Farms in Carisburg, along the Kokata Highway, where dreams come true from rolling hills to sparkling streams. Woki Farms, it's traveler's dream. We offer a unique experience for all with a 20% discount on all of our services. We are open every day from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. And let's not forget about the food. At Woki Farms, we pride ourselves on our farm-to-table dining experience. Enjoy delicious meals made from fresh, locally and internationally sourced ingredients. There's no time to waste. Explore our farm where you can get up close and personal with friendly animals. A place with breathtaking views. You will leave your worries behind. From cozy cabins to elegant shallow rooms. Woki Farms, where memories are sweet. Whether you are seeking a peaceful retreat or an adventure-filled vacation, we have live band days and every Sunday. So why wait? Plan your vacation or outing with Woki Farms in Carisburg along the Kakata Highway and experience the beauty of nature. Indulge in luxury and create memories for lifetime. For reservation, call us on 0881 248401. From sunrise to sunset, every moment is grand at Woki Farms because we are.
And Love FM on a free dollar giveaway. La Bureau, check it better.
The lion in the town, my shepherd dog and gentle.
It's a dawn of a new day in broadcasting, and I have got news for you, radio and television stations owners and managers. Expert Communications Consultant is here to solve your equipment installation and purchasing needs. At Expert Communication Consultant, we are the premier source for professional radio and television installation. Contact us today for the following services. We build, install, and do servicing on towers from start to finish. We do a full installation of radio and television equipment. We soundproof and brand radio and television studios of all kinds. We do repairs on radio and television equipment. We do order radio and television equipment as well as spare parts from Italy. The biggest news is we have state-of-the-art solar broadcasting system that uses solar power. So, look no further for your communication perfection. Expert Communication Consultant, your premier source for professional radio and television installation. We are located on 10th Street in Cinco, Monrovia, right in the technology building. We can be contacted on 231-886-462632 or 231-770-462632 or email us at owusup33@yahoo.com. Expert Communication Consultant, your premier source for professional radio and television installation. Are you looking for that perfect live band to make your event unforgettable? Look no further than Shatter Live Band Service. With our exceptional music talent and cultivating performances, Shatter Live Band will bring the magic to your special occasion. Shatter Live Band, the heartbeat of your event, bringing joy and rhythm, making memories heaven sent. From wedding to parties, they will set the stage on fire. Shatter Live Band, your ultimate desire. Whether it's a wedding, corporate event, or private party, Shatter Live Band Service is the answer. Our diverse repertoire and energetic performances will keep your guests dancing all night long. Don't settle for ordinary when you have the extraordinary with Shatter Live Band Service. Contact Shatter Live Band Service today on 0881-248401 and let the music speak for itself. With Shatter Live Band Service, where every note tells a story.
Freedom, freedom, feel Liberia. EP producer. Freedom, freedom, feel Liberia. Freedom, freedom, feel Liberia. Of Liberia, it's time. Show your allegiance, show your loyalty to this nation, Liberia. The flag of Liberia is flying. Show your allegiance, show your loyalty to this nation, Liberia. The red on the flag stands for forever. The white on the flag is for purity. The star is for republic. The blue is for black people. We know Liberia is home. The Declaration of Independence was signed in 1847. 11 nations of people, we are known as First Republic. The Lone Star shining evermore. Liberia, it's flying, it's flying. Show your allegiance, show your loyalty to this nation, Liberia. My people who are freedom, freedom, feel Liberia. EP producer. Freedom, freedom, feel Liberia. Freedom, freedom, feel Liberia. Of Liberia, it's time. Show your allegiance, show your loyalty to this nation, Liberia. The flag of Liberia is flying. Show your allegiance, show your loyalty.
Yeah, the flag of Liberia. Welcome to the Positive Show. And we had some little issues there. So I'm very sure now we straightened up for us. So coming up later on, we'll be expecting Madam Onita Roberts. She's the director of SGBV for rural Liberia and a member for prison reform at the Ministry of Justice. She's going to be here. And we're going to talk about some of the gender issues, the fight against gender imbalances, and the recent issues that happened on 12th Street. We're going to be looking at all of that. And so I'm here with Martina Tugbe. But just before we can link up Martina, let's do some reminders and observation. As we said, the communities are filthy. Yes, the government needs to work alongside community leaders, the community leadership, talking about the community chairman. Yes, you need to work with them because you can't just have the main street clean and then you have the filth in the various communities. This also is a bad sign for the people who live there. Once they are not healthy, the environment remains dirty. And you know, we already have MPOC in Liberia. All right, another one is price control. A lot of you are complaining the stable prices of basic commodities. Everyone seems to be having his or her own price list, and this falls directly on the lap of the Commerce Ministry. Honorable Ami Mudad, you need to do something about this. Do some follow-up. Your inspectors needs to get in the field because it's difficult having different prices of various commodities. It doesn't all go well for the end users. Those are the main people who feel the pinch of some of the harsh decisions that are made. So let's hope the Commerce Ministry can play a little bit of focus. Focus on getting the inspectors out there. It's not a scare tactics, but just make sure that you can get these guys out there to do some monitoring on the basis prices. All right, NTA buses, yes, we've been told before the end of next week, some of the buses will be plying the major street. We heard Mr. Gibson, Noah Zhao Gibson. Yes, he spoke on one of the local radio yesterday and assured pedestrians that the buses will be out very, very soon. They've completed some of them, so they are trying to get the rest of them, and they even promise a trucking system for those who will be going out of town. You can have the same bus carrying goods, and then you still have passengers within them. With our road connectivity, I think we're getting somewhere. Now, the police guy who was involved in the incident, we listened to the press briefing yesterday. Yes, his bill will be settled thanks to the Liberian National Police. We'll say thank you where the police have done right, and we'll criticize and provide recommendation where there's need to. So the fellow there in India, his first batch of payment have already been concluded, according to Minister Sando, Daniel Sando. He spoke yesterday at the MICAD regular press briefing. Another issue is our disabled brothers and sisters. We still have them on the traffic. We need to do a lot more to get them there. They're there sometimes with their entire family. You see the mother, the father, the brother, the sisters, all trying to get something for the table, and it's difficult. All right, let's go for our last reminder. Please be reminded that mpox is real. There are signs and symptoms, pain, headaches, and at most instances you have people with runny nose. Yes, so mpox is real. Avoid too much of handshake, too much hugging. Y'all who can speak to people who are hugging them, be careful. Your bath towel, your handkerchief should be used alone. Do not share them with people. These are all preventive measures for mpox. Finally, before I go to Martina, who will do some reminders, wholesalers and retailers, I don't know which institution should be spearheading this, or who should be monitoring this. It's not good. We see Indians, Lebanese, all involved with wholesale and retail. At the end of the day, those who are doing the retailing do not get anything. So the Commerce Ministry, this falls directly on your lap, and so you need to take heed. Martina Tugwe is in our next studio. Martina, I'm sure you have some reminders for us.
Yeah, let me give this one. Liberia has signed a $30 billion oil refining deal and secured $100 million for road development at the Fokai in Beijing. You know that the president.
So that should be a breaking news. Yes,
yes.
That is a breaking news. Liberia. I remember some of us were complaining that the president and delegation have gone to other countries, have not shown anything, but that is breaking. That is breaking. How many $1 million?
$3 billion.
$3 billion have been secured.
No, $3 billion has been signed for oil refining.
Okay, for oil refining, that's good news.
And secured $100 million for road development.
For road development.
So I think there's one of the things that is part of the president agenda when it comes to the road connectivity.
Yes, yes.
It's a good thing that the governments of China have agreed with the president-elect agenda to see that Liberia be connected at various points, that people will have access to road connectivity in various parts of the country, and that's a good thing from I do applaud the governments of China for that.
And interestingly, it's happening at a time that Liberia needed most, because there's a lot of pressure on new government when you come to power. Your agenda from the beginning, some of the promises you made. So we must say thanks to the government of Liberia for securing that. Let's hope it can be used for the right purpose.
Yes,
right
we hope that it be used for that purpose.
Do we have anything, because we are expecting Madam Odita Roberts? All right, there's this issue with people who were contacted by the city government to do the entire thing. Started from before the inauguration. A lot of people cried and said Mayor Koji wasn't doing well, so we had a new government.
Okay, fine. Can we just clarify something to this? And Clarissa Lauren, she says Indonesia. It's not Indonesia. Executive Mansion is reporting that this deal was signed in China. Belgium, China. So
the delegation
we are not making mistake.
Indonesia already, madam.
Yes. So we are not making mistake.
And so this whole issue with the Monrovia City Corporation, these people were contacted to do cleanup before the inauguration. And we are hearing that all is not going well there at the Monrovia City Corporation. Let's hope the right thing can be done. You have these people, you had them working for free up to now, and now you are contacting another set of people. And interestingly, for this, these people who were contacted to help the MCC do this cleanup, I don't know what was the vetting process, how was it done, but there's a lot of crying out there. So we'll make some follow-up on them. We'll leave it. We just want to do a pass-through with this, and then we'll leave it and pick it up later on the next edition of the Positive Show.
Okay, so from like while we are awaiting our guests there, just get into our discussion, because we are always prepared.
Yeah.
Yes, we are always prepared to tell the Liberian people what is unfolding, so that they can be able to give their contribution to national issues. So, like I said, that ISSUSE has threatened to suspend and hold the salaries of 892 government officials who failed to declare their assets. She made that statement on yesterday.
Yeah, at the regular
make-up press briefing. She said the decision is to make public officials ahead of the rule of law. But from the government of Liberia, they agree to the president, when the president talk about we are fighting corruption in this country, and then we want for everybody to be transparent, that there will be accountability. Why are people shying away from declaring their assets? If you have 1% in your account, it's better you come to the public, do that, say this is what I have.
For Martina, you see, the entirety about access declaration, it sets you apart from other people, in the sense that if you have $1,000 going to government, and then you've been having some other projects, and all of a sudden people see them going very fast. How come? Your salary doesn't commensurate with the kind of project you are not taking. So this will set you apart. It provides the opportunity that you can be easily vetted. And so those officials who are shying away, you're not being supportive to the cost of transparency. And that is wrong. You come to power, once you are appointed, once the president have come out and declared access, the vice president did, even with the issue of this drug, those people took drug tests. For you who were appointed now, it's like you are challenging the system.
But fine, I was shocked to know that there are people in the government, even the president, economic advisor, political advisor, have not done that yet.
Not done that. You should be an example.
I'm a sample to tell the president, Mr. President, you have done this thing, but yet your officials, they are not adhering with the rule of law. But you are part of the people. So how will you tell the president?
Yeah.
How will you advise the president?
How will you?
A political advisor. How will you do that? Let me just, run over the names of some of these officials who stay shying away from this process, the transparent process. Let me call their name here. Let me call their name. LBS Director General Eugene Facon. He has not declared his assets here. LNP, the Labrador National Police. Mr. Simeon Frank, the Deputy Inspector General for Crime Services. He has not declared his assets yet. LIPA, the Director General, Ni Ala Vahola. He have not declared his assets yet. And we come to LPRC, Madame Mary Boto, the co-chair of the board. She have not declared her assets. Mr. Edwin City, yes, member of the board. He haven't. And Administrator General, Ms. Lauren Kolaka, Deputy Minister for General, Child and Social Protection. She haven't. Ms. Carmen Topa, Deputy Minister for Children and Social Protection. She haven't. Ministry of State, Modi P. Kamara, Economic Advisor. He haven't. Madam Ora Riches, Deputy Minister for Budget and Finance. The former Defense Minister, General Daniel Yanga, Executive Assistant in the Office of the President. He haven't. Mrs. Louis Tama, Business Manager. She haven't. Ambassador George Wallace, Advisor Foreign Affairs. Mrs. Masa Sopa, Assistant Minister for Human Resources. Mr. Sajoni, Senior Political Advisor. Mr. Charles Tinter, Ambassador Alash. Mr. Mohammed Kumar, Assistant Minister for Human Resources. Sheikh Mustafa Kouante, imagine he's a former presidential candidate. And then he's a Ambassador Alash.
He should be an example. He should
Yes,
be a
but
serious example.
he's shying away from the process. I don't know why.
And interestingly, they will say, oh, democracy. But that's what democracy calls for. Yeah.
The rule of law must be respected. The rule of law must be respected by all costs, but our people in this country always want to shy away from it. I don't know why. And Sheikh Sharif, Islamic advisor to the president. He having Mohammed Bad, presidential special envoy on investment. He having Ambassador Emmett Kennedy, chief of protocol. He having Mr. Terrence T.C. Woods, presidential aide. He having.
Wow.
And then that's the Ministry of State. Those are in the Ministry of State. These are the people who have not declared their assets. And we come to the gateway of the country, the economy. Yeah. Imagine the MD of that particular place have not declared his assets. And it will shock you to know that the chairman of the Unity Party, Luther Tappe, have not declared his assets while fighting corruption. Yeah. You heard the CDC-led government to their feet. You said the people were massively looting the country, and then you are trying to bring accountability. But yes, you are not able
the first step. That should be the first step.
As a party chairman. But up to now, you haven't done that. That's being unfair to the people of Liberia, to the Unity partisan. That's being unfair to them. That's why they still having that, this enchantment that they are now working. There is no job for them. But still, Mr. Chairman, you have to do the needful. Mr. Mohammed Escromakro, co-member of the NPA board, he having, but I don't know why all of the directors of
I don't know.
of NPA is shying away.
Yeah.
Because imagine the former senator of Grand Bassa County, Jonathan Kape, is shying away from this process. You work before in
You work
government,
before.
tell what is in that account.
You should be nurturing others.
You just lost the election, you can say just few days ago. And then you are shying away from such process. That's being unfair to the people. So imagine the immigration boss. Into is a former senator.
Former senator, yeah.
Yes, he's a former senator, Steven Zanko, Commissioner General of Immigration, and that of National Bureau of Construction, Theodore Momo, Director General. Imagine from all of these people have not. So that's it for those who have refused to declare their assets.
And it's embarrassing.
They are all key members of the government.
It's embarrassing.
Why are you shying away from this process?
So what would be your own message now to others or probably opposition? What would be your message? What example are you setting? You have not declared your asset.
And this is why you see some representatives too, they are also shying away because there are some lawmakers who have not even declared their assets. In the case of Dixon Sipo, District 16, Honorable Dixon Sipo, Westminster and Finance Chair, in having Bernard Benson, District 17, DJ Blue, Honorable Yaka Kaluba, he haven't done that, and I'm not sure of him doing that because he always talking about transparency, but I believe that he was taking a time to do that because he's still mocking this government and calling them they are still corrupt. So I'm not sure, but
it should begin with him.
Yes, we will appreciate him getting there and then doing the needful.
You can criticize. You can criticize the other people that are not doing well. Then you can declare your asset on Bokolova District 10.
Yeah, that's being
you
unfair. And then we have the District 6 representative, my own representative, Honorable Samuel Ennis. I don't know why is he shying away. There's a second turn to, I think, with the exception of DJ Blue, the likes of the three.
Our experience.
They've
been there 6 years
to
before.
do it. Honorable French Safoko of District 9. He have not complied with the rule of law yet.
Foko got that midway after the passing of Honorable Pelham, but he should understand that declaring access is fundamental, is important. You can talk transparency and you're not, So Honorable Foko.
You have to do it. And can you imagine that Honorable Richard Kong, who was contesting as a speaker? There is a party too. Yes, you have not come up. So who gave the message to their colleague to tell them that no, we have to do this. The Labyrinth people need to know what we stand for. We will do that.
And it's sad. And it's sad. If your boss can declare his asset,
you have to do the same.
You have to do the same.
You have to do the same. I think Speaker for Nancy Kofa will have to do that. The Speaker will have to do that for us, and we appreciate that the Speaker be able to tell his colleagues, no, you have to agree with the President that this is what he have signed up for, and we must do it. And it will shock you to know that the Deputy Speaker have not done that. Thomas P. Fala, District 1 of Lofa County. He have not done anything to that. And District 13, Edward P. Flomo, commonly known as on the color green, that's why they call him. He have not done anything to that. And it is sad. Oh.
And Flomo should be going, I think, for his second 6 years.
It is sad. Our officials they are afraid. You work for the last 6 years. You're not able to tell how much
and what they have now understood is the people who voted you or are voting you or will vote you, they learn from every time you mistreat them. Because when you come into them, begging them to vote you, when you are voted, right after that, you start to do the contrary. You own the opposite side. And that's my disappointment.
And you already know that this was shaky. There's one from the senators. Senator Yombly Kanka, the president pro tem.
Yeah.
She haven't complied to the rule of law. That's being unfair. That's being unfair to the people of Liberia and the people of Grand Bassa County.
And you don't set an example like this.
See, Alice Tata been around.
Been around.
Yeah. Now, ever since been there, you can tell us how much in your account. Some of the lawmakers, they have their businesses going. They got all the things. Yeah. Tell us how much in your account. This is what you work for. We agree. But people always shy away.
And I hope the government herself or the LSCC can come up with some strong.
This is what you're saying. We will suspend and hold on to that salary until because the time passed from the 1st to the 31st of August was the deadline.
You can be disobeying the very law that you all should protect, that we all should protect.
The people make the law, they break the law.
Break the law.
So it's not strange. They make the law, they break the law. We got Simeon Taylor. He been around too.
He been around
for a very long time. So you can tell us how much you have worked for all the past time. It's because of the way in which they get that money. They laboring people money that they can put into their account. We got Boto Kane, Senator Boto Kane
from Bapu.
Yeah, this is her first time. She said she's a market woman. She used to do a business and then
But you need to declare the assets.
Yes, you have to show transparency. You know how the business work. So you have to show what you can do. We have the likes of Senator Zolpeno. Another old timer in this political game.
Bluffy.
Yes, and then he's shying away from the process and he cannot. Fam, let's be real. You cannot treat the people like that. The money today you are having, you got it from the laboring people, taxpayer money. So why are you shying away from the process?
You know, Martina, one of the laws, but the people who themselves who are there making the laws, to be clear with you, are not honest. You can be a representative in a seated position, you just got elected, and then a by-election comes in, and then you jump and say you want to be senator. What you were voted for, you have not even started 1% of it.
And you have not even touched all of the districts.
So that some of our laws really need to be tightened. It's there, but it's not practical.
Yeah, people be trying error. I mean, just go try and see.
And I think the LSCC herself, there should be some harsh punishment for that. That is too soft. Holding a man's salary,
it will even shock you to know that Senator Joseph Jara from Lofa County, who took the seat of Brani Samka, the former defense minister, and because of his, his criminal records, he was seated by the government of Liberia doing the proper agenda, and then you that position you are occupying, we know that the person who left that position for you, it was because of corruption.
Yeah.
So what is it that you get there to? You cannot escape that. No. I'm here to be transparent to the process. I will go there, I will declare my assets. But you are shying away from it. At the end of the day, everybody will say we are fighting corruption. We are holding people accountable.
And then we say we do it in the name of the Liberian people, and that's the part I don't like.
Thomas Yaya Nimle, the man who continue to say that you forget about the whole punishment penny for war crime court. Let bring peace into the country. Reconcile with LSCC first, then we'll agree. Then we'll agree.
That's just I see that as just a disrespect to people who want justice.
Of course.
Yes.
Fine, let me tell you something.
You shouldn't even be talking.
If you cannot prosecute people will always want, another group will always want to come or want money.
They create a chain of impunity. And that's what's been happening.
Every day in our country, people get at this and people want to come on, the people want to talk. If the people are looking at, there is no punishment for those who committed the act that carry the country way back. the people continue to come out anytime and do whatever that pleases them.
Yes.
So we
And
have
that's-
to be transparent to this
Senator
process.
Nimlen, Senator Nimlen, I watched the video, I got too discouraged.
You know what's shocking?
The fact that we went through a civil war that no Liberian deserved, but yet and still some people violated others' rights. And the best place to go after you feel disenchanted, you feel trampled on, is the court. And then people want to look at it like it will bring another war.
Senator Whittington Smith.
Wellington G. Smith.
Yes. He too is shying away. Senator Bill Swalway. And you know her colleague, Senator McGill, have been talking about, I want to go there. I want to meet the American people. I want to discuss this. I want to discuss that. And
okay, let's take a very short break. Our guest is
here
already here. So let's take this break. We'll come back.
Okay,
We'll be
okay.
ushering in Madam Onita Rabos. She's the director of SGBV for Rural Liberia and member for prison reform at the Ministry of Justice. We're going to talk more. Just be right there.
EP producer.
Of Liberia, it's show your allegiance, show your loyalty to this nation, Liberia. The flag of Liberia is show your allegiance, show your loyalty to this nation, Liberia. The red on the flag stands for bravery. The white on the flag is for purity. The star is for republic. The blue is for black people. We know Liberia is home. The Declaration of Independence was signed in 1847. 11 nations of people, we are known as First Republic. The Lone Star shining evermore. Liberia, it's
Oh yeah, the flag of Liberia. Shortly we'll be playing host to Madam Onita Rabos, director of FGBV for Rural Liberia and a member for prison reform at the Ministry of Justice. She's already here in the studio. We'll take a brief and come back. We talk more.
Liberia, we're right again. Nations will come to your right there. I prophesy, kingdom will come to your life. Together, let's keep the peace. What's in unity, we will build our nation. Alright, Liberia, alright. Alright, stay in your place. Whatever
EP producer. Join your allegiance, show loyalty to this nation, Liberia. The flag of Liberia is join your allegiance, join loyalty to this nation, Liberia. The red on the flag stands for bravery. The white on the flag stands for purity. The star is for republic. The blue sea is for black people. We know Liberia is our home. The Declaration of Independence was signed in 1847. 11 nations of people, we are known as First Republic. The Lone Star shining evermore. Liberia, it's the time. Show your allegiance, show your loyalty to this nation, Liberia. If my people who are called by my name, we humble themselves and seek my face, I will rise and heal their nation. Liberia will rise again. Nations will come to your rising. I prophesy, kingdom will come to your life. Together, let's keep the peace. What's in unity, we will build our nation. Arise, Liberia, arise. Arise and take your place. Whatever goes, and take your place. The path of Liberia is flying on. Join the legion, join loyalty to this nation, Liberia. I pledge allegiance to the flag of Liberia and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Freedom, freedom, feel like freedom. Me, P, producer. Freedom, freedom, feel like freedom. Freedom, freedom, feel like freedom. Of Liberia.
All right, welcome back to the Positive Show, and it's on Love FM and Love TV Live. And today we're privileged to have Madam Onita Roberts. She's a director of FGBV for rural Liberia and Human Reform at the Ministry of Justice. We're going to get to her later on, but let's rumble through what we earlier discussed. So we're going to take just few calls on the issue of the Access Declaration. What's your impression about those appointed in government who have not declared their access? The LSCC have said there will be some penalty. There will be some penalty given to those who are in the habit of have not declared their access. They're still adamant about the issue of declaring their access. 077-8665-0730. It is 7-105-105. This is the Positive Show on Love FM and Love TV Live. 0778-665-0730. It is 105 105. You can have your say. Are you impressed with those who have not declared their access? The LCC have said she'll be coming out with some. But let's go now to the line and talk to our first caller. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, your name and where you call from?
Evelyn Reeves, I'm calling from the capital Belfast.
Okay, Madam Reeves, go ahead. You're live on the program. You heard us talking about several issues, most importantly, the issue of access declaration.
Yeah. The lady is here that she has stood lady, and I want to commend her on the topic you put discussing on, and I'm so proud of her. Onita, keep it up.
Thank you.
Thanks for the show this morning.
Thanks so much. Thanks so much.
And continue to follow the Lord.
Okay.
Because that's where we provide you the opportunity.
Okay, she'll be on very shortly. 077-866-5073 087-105-105. This is a positive show. We talked about several issues. The government of Liberia has secured some deal, yes, from China. That's good news for us. Yes. So let's talk to our next caller. Good morning.
Good morning, my brother.
Yes, your name and where you call from?
I'm James Peter Wika calling from 12th Street.
Yeah, Mr. Carr, go ahead.
Brothers, I want to commend you for the lecture on you. You know, these people, they are not in the interest of the people. These people, we need to tell the president you call a press conference on them. And if you fail to declare your access, you should be removed from our office and place somebody that will be able to do the job for us. You will not be there and spend our money, eating our money, and you don't want to tell us how much you get in your account. And we have to know. So thank you for that, brother.
Okay, thanks so much. 0778 shortly will take Madam Roberts. She's already here in the studios. We'll be talking about gender issues. Let's go to the line. Good morning. Good morning. Yes, your name and where you call from? Yeah, go ahead.
I think no reason why these guys have a different reason or something else. There's no reason. We didn't give them the money. You work for them. Know your salary, and will come. Your salary can be the house. Whatever. Let me discuss it a little bit. These guys are not a problem.
So who do you think?
Like, we are a problem. Let me tell you something. When there is no rest in this town, President Carter, President Ellen, President we all get rest to their houses. We the one who don't get rest. Who feeding the pinch and we the one feeding the pinch. When there's no gas in the town, the 3 points I just called, they will get gas. In their houses, in abundance. We don't want to be working for a year to go rail to go far food. We don't want to get the problem. So if we need change, if we rally around peaceful protest, surround that building for 6 months, 1 year, nobody go home, change will come. Who brought the changes? Americans themselves brought the changes. Liberia just had a counterclockwise move. Broad Street 1960 is better than Broad Street 2024. Can you imagine that? We can't go up here at the Papa Jackson moonwalk. That's Nigeria. And someone will say, oh, Broad Street 1960, at that time there was no population, but brother, there's a reason for which God gave the brain. And other countries prepare for population to come. And they prepare their cities. President Thomas Bailey Road, the Thomas Boulevard, I think was named after him. There has been no change on the road. Other countries get underground railway. Now, bring your own problem. If we want change, the change will come. If Liberia want change, the change will come. So politicians are not the problem.
Okay, all right. Thanks so much.
Is not the problem. Nobody is the problem. We are the problem.
We are the problem. We who elect them.
That's what Madam Salif said.
We are the problem.
Okay, thanks so much.
Because we continue.
077-866-5073 087-105-105. Yeah, you were saying something, Martina.
Yeah, I said that's what Madam Salif said, that do not hold me responsible, because I'm out of the way.
Yes.
You have the decision to make.
You can look back
You can
and
hold me
still
every
take
day.
blame
You
for the
continue
past.
to vote the same people that are causing you problem, and then you want to hold me. No, I'm out of it. That's what that guy is trying to say. Like, we are the problem. We are the cause of our problem. The left of Senator Sir Joseph, he have not complied with the rule of law.
And
Chris
Patrick,
Johnson,
you can't talk about
Festus
good,
Dobo, Clayton Duncan, Councilor
good governance.
Augustine Chie. They are all shying away.
You can't talk good
A
governance.
councilor in the House of Senate,
Yes.
he cannot agree or uphold the rule of law. Then he wants
It's
for
wrong.
other. It's not possible.
Not possible.
You as a councilor, you know the rule of law of this country, but you decided to say, I will sit back.
Yeah.
Maybe probably that's not my government, so I will sit back.
And your Liberian is your government. All right, let's see what we're going to squeeze. One more call, 077-866-5073. We already have our live studio guest, and she's from the Ministry of Justice. She's Madam Onita Roberts. She already here. So shortly we will take her, but just one more call. If we can't get that caller, we will move on and then talk to Madam Roberts from the Ministry of Justice. But just before we do that, let's bring you this reminder from our proud sponsor, Lone Star Cell MTN. We'll come back. We introduce our guest, Madam Onita Roberts. All right, word there from our proud sponsor, Lone Star Cell MTN. And so let's go now to our live studio guest. She's Madam Onita Roberts, and she represents the Ministry of Justice. Madam Roberts, welcome to the Positive Show.
Good morning, and I'm happy to be here. I listen to you all every morning.
Thanks so much for following.
We do appreciate. Yes, we do appreciate that. Somebody somewhere
So,
listening to us.
thanks. So, my name is Onita Roberts. I'm the directress of SGBV and Domestic Violence for rural Liberia. I also sit on the Human Rights Board for Prison Reforms. My concentration in prison is women and juveniles. So, of course, you guys have been discussing the issue on 12th Street, and I thought it would be only right for one of us to come and speak with you and let you and give you some update on what's going on.
Okay, welcome again.
You know, that's a good thing having the rural human rights. I can just say, can I say an advocate or
The head from the Ministry of Justice.
It is okay.
She's an activist. She's here. You know, there's something most people be thinking that, oh, SGV. They don't know. The sexual gender-based violence is something that we see every day, most especially in the rural area. The thing can happen because at times you will see, you know, a 6-year-old child being raped by a 32-year-old man. And people be like, where is gender? Where is the human rights African? Where is women and children? You know, they want to call all of the civil society and that of government organization to come in. But at the end of the day, it will take the accuser to prison. And they will not get nothing again. After some time, they will bring them outside. But this morning, it is good that we have her here that we're going to ask for all of the necessary questions. I guess you listen to the lady. We'll play that video for you again, and then we flow in from the discussion. So it is good having you on the Positive Show this morning.
Thank you.
So, Madam, just briefly tell us a little bit about your work in the rural areas, especially those hard to reach places. Yes.
Okay, so my duty is my office was created over 5 years ago at the ministry to support the Special Presidential Task Force on SGBV.
Okay.
And basically what I do, I travel to the 15 counties and educate our women and girls about their rights, their human rights, which include SGBV, of course. So I currently what we're working on is the National Sex Offenders Registry. The reason why I took this fight to create this registry is because every time we look around, our SGBV cases are going up. You know, at the Ministry of Justice, we have a human rights board with our partners. We USAID, UNDP, and the rest. And we discuss, you know, what can we do? Every time, you know, we're talking, we're discussing to see what we can do to stop this. And of course, my presence on that board is SGBV. I took on this fight because I just think that SGBV and domestic violence, they are foolish crimes. They are crimes that you go and put yourself in. Yes. You can't control yourself. If you know you see a young girl that you think looks good, and then you start to get certain feelings, and then if the girl say no, then you force yourself on her. That's foolish. Domestic violence. A lot of our women are being battered. Bong County carries the highest statistics for domestic violence. Bong County also is second. Bong County, they rape, they beat, and they kill the women in Bong County. So we're trying to see, you know, we have a new government, so we're trying to see how best we can make our case to the president to see how we can get more support, because it's going up. We have a county like Bapalu County where we have a lot of children cases from Bapalu County, and it's very disturbing. You will hear a 3-year-old girl get raped. The last time in Kakata, on the human trafficking issue, there was a child that was trafficked from Sierra Leone, and she came in they took her to Kakata, and then her family came to the ministry, and she was killed. She was killed with parts extracted from her body. And these are disturbing things that we're doing. Maybe the public don't know, because, you know, probably we need to be more vocal on the radio. We need to be given a space where we don't just talk politics all day. We can speak about human rights and gender issues. And it's very disturbing. So I just returned I visited Abidjan and Burkina Faso, where in Burkina Faso, their cases is like 11,000. Wow. Yes. But simply because they have over 20 million population. So it's very high. So I'm due back there to work with the gender minister to see how we can put programs in place to sensitize the people in Burkina Faso. Abidjan, we are speaking with our we're trying to speak to our ambassador to get our ECOWAS board involved. When we create this sex offenders registry, all the counties in the sub-region, they are involved. So immigration is involved in this. The Liberian National Police will be involved. Joint security, where their pictures and their information will be given to our people at the borders. So if you are escaping or you're going to another country, we know where you are. We can alert that country that you are offender. Let me tell you guys, sadly, that in the world, there's only 14 sex offenders registry with all the women that exist. In Africa, we only have 3. We have South Africa, we have Kenya, and then we have Nigeria. So I would like to make Liberia the 4th. Okay. Yes. We really need this. I think it's going to send a message to our offenders that if you abuse our women and our girls, we will document you. And when you try to go and get a visa, or whatever to go to another country, we will know who you are, and the our partners will know who you are. This might even stop you from getting the visa. Yes, it's a crime. It's a terrible crime. And
We are not
Please hold your pulse. Please hold your pulse.
we hope to make some headways. We know the president is not here, but when he comes back, we'll see how best we can go and speak with him. He listens, he's an older man, he listens. Let's also commend our former president, George Weah, for coming up with this task force where we can now be hands-on to go around the country and try to stop this crime. The Ministry of Gender is actually, they spearhead, the welfare. So when I listened to your radio, I also listened this morning and you played the recording. The recording is very disturbing. To hear that our girls have been taken into a fence. There's a lot of gated communities in Syncor. So we don't know what's going on behind those fence. So when you guys come and tell us, what's going on, we will intervene. We also want to thank the media, but we also want the media also to try to protect our survivors. Not put their pictures too much on Facebook. When you hear about these crimes, come to us first, because if in a case like this, now we have to organize with 103 and Madame Susie Telle, she is in charge of women and children. And now we have to get the police. We have to go there, look at the area, investigate, and see, what's happening. We say no to this. The LDEA also is going to be involved because the little girl said that they have been drugged. Yes. You drug the children. That's a child. You drug a child and then you sexually abuse them front and back. It's very bad. I have an ad. When we take a break, I will give it to you, or maybe you can play it briefly so our people can get to understand what the Ministry of Justice is doing as far as SGBV. I visited your financial office to see how we can get this ad on the radio. Okay. So that is played, and we're tired. We're tired, and we will not tolerate people taking our girls. We know the financial situation in Liberia is hard. It's hard. A lot of girls are out there, they're looking for daily bread. A lot of children are also breadwinners, which we say no to. But we can't be everywhere. So because we cannot be everywhere, we hope that our people listen to these messages and just try to, to help us. When you hear this crime, report it. I had 2 guys arrested maybe a month ago, where it was good that the ladies, they called me. I got a call from America where a lady that worked in a very prominent person compound, and her daughter was raped. And she told me, she said, what should I do? I said, okay, first you have to take the girl to the one-stop center. When the one-stop center have already, see what the damage is, then the one-stop center will contact women and children. Women and children then will go in to find out, what's going on, which that's exactly what they're doing. I visited women and children yesterday, and that's what they're doing with this particular situation. We'll go in, we'll find out, and then if we have to get a warrant or a search warrant, or just to get the person, we will. We also had the WhipNet women, which they're very active in their communities. They act like police. If they hear any crime like that, they will call me. They have my number on redial. They will call me and I'll tell them, listen, do not approach any perpetrator that you suspect. because once you approach them, they will leave.
Of course.
They will abscond. So fortunately, they listened to me. The lady, she took a little boy, 7-year-old, he got sodomized. That's on the rise. Yes. And then her daughter, both parents, when the person, motorbike drivers did this. When they got home, after they were finished doing their work, the lady one went to Zone 3 and the other one went to the police depot in her area, and the police went and grabbed them. Currently, they are in South Beach, and we don't suffer rape perpetrators easy. Yes. So, I thank you all for flagging this issue. All of us, this is our country. And like yesterday, someone called and tried to politicize rape.
Yeah, that's how.
And you guys were so quick to say, listen, rape, it can happen to anybody. It can happen to a senator, daughter, representative, minister. So it's not political. It's just a terrible crime that we cannot speak against enough. We want all our community people to be hands-on. We might not have the money to give you.
Yes.
But if you are in that community and you say you're community chairman, we got a lot of community
chairmen, yeah.
And we want our community chairmen to be active. Every 2 weeks, you have a palaver hut or you have a place. You can call the people in the community and talk to them. Tell them to protect. Sometimes people know perpetrators and they're protecting them. And when we find out, that's gang rape.
And that brings us to our next question.
Yes, sir.
The issue of compromise has been like a culture, especially for your responsibility, which falls within the rural area.
Yes.
How has that been?
Because of traditional practices, right? In the interior, the people are very secretive.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to talk. They don't want to say anything because they want their daughter to get married. So when it happens, guess what? A lot of the young girls, they suffer from fistula. And you heard about fistula?
Oh, yeah.
Fistula is a terrible disease that happens during a forceful sexual contact. And then it creates a very bad stench on the women, the girls. So they get embarrassed. We had some doctors here a few months ago that came to help women that have fistula. So it's terrible. A 15-year-old girl is not ready to have sex. So imagine a 3-year-old or 7-year-old baby. And these are problems that we are facing. The Women and Protection Service there at the Liberia National Police. Let me say good morning to Cecilia Clark. She's a champion. We worked together many years ago at ELBC.
Okay.
And she is very passionate about what's happening. I'm happy that she is at LMP. So, she's hands-on. She's very hardworking. And we work together. We all will work together with joint security. Even NSA, they have a part
to play.
If you guys know, I think if you heard about a perpetrator we had here, Tobias Bowen, that was raping his daughters, and then he went to Mount Barclay and he raped his girlfriend's daughter. And today, I'm still trying to find out where is Tobias. Tobias is a person of interest. Those kind of people, they need to be on the sex offender registry because they can travel, they got some money, they can move around the world. SGBV is a terrible crime. For those people on 12th Street, I know that you guys have been flagging it, so they might have left. But don't worry, we have intelligence. We have people in the police that will find out who owns the compound and how these girls got there. So we are on the job.
Okay, she's Madam Onita Rabas from the Ministry of Justice and Director of SGBV for Rural Liberia, and she's on the Positive Show this morning. Another issue that is a little bit difficult is getting the message across to the rural people through the vernacular, especially.
As you all know, our nation station, ELBC,
Yep.
have people that speak
Yes.
the language. So many times, when the message is on ELBC, it goes across, in the language and the people get the message. But I still think that we need to be visible in those places. In all the counties we have Women and Children Protection, and we have the Ministry of Gender. The Ministry of Gender, they're there, but financial constraints, it makes our work a little bit difficult. And our partners are trying, UN Women, UNDP, UNICEF, all of them, and the Swedish embassy. We must say thanks to them, good morning to them. They are trying. The Ministry of Labor, they have something to do with this also. So we hope that we all can just work together to stop this, because nobody takes SGBV or domestic violence serious until it happens to somebody in their family. Yes.
Okay, so Madam Roberts, I listened to you, and then you talk about Bon Council being, on a high level of domestic violence.
Yes.
And that of Anopapolo Council.
Bon.
Or Bon Council.
No, Bommy.
Bommy?
Bommy.
Yeah, Bommy and Bon County.
Yes.
Yeah, Bommy and Bon County. You said these two counties are, on a high level of domestic violence. And we know that domestic violence is something that stigmatizes women and make you shy away from, political process, leadership, because you live with that stigma. You feel like you are not needed in the society.
Like an outcast.
Yeah, but there are times where some people can facilitate to that crime. So take for instance, if a girl is staying with somebody, take for instance, maybe she's just a niece to somebody, and then she stay with the person in the house. You see, some parents will be like, or later will be like, I don't want, if our husband commit this crime, I don't want for my family name to come out. We will take care of you. You have to keep silent.
Man, business hard.
Yeah.
They will bring all of the things, and if I get them to know how stigmatized is this person. And we know that when women reach at the state at certain area, they too want to form part of the process. But because of that stigmatization, they will always fall back. So what am I trying to say? That those who facilitate to this person, can they be held responsible too?
Yes, they can. The SGBV law, we have gang rape there. Now, gang rape, people, when people hear gang rape, they think that sometimes, okay, yes, it might be 2 or 3 that commit the crime. But gang rape, it means that if you know about the crime and you don't report it, and we speak to the perpetrator, and the perpetrator say, oh, I told my mom, I told my grandma, and they say I'm a hush, I'm not say anything. You are also a perpetrator of that crime. Yes. So in that, on there, you are a part of the crime. Now let me say this also. Grand Bassa County is the highest when it comes to gang rape and murder. So they rape the girls and they kill them. And it's very disturbing. Every month we get the statistics from BCR on what's going on, and it's categorized. So I have to look at it, study it, and then report to the minister and tell him what's going on and where we should look at. But gang rape, my dear, thanks for bringing that topic up. It is a crime.
Okay, so here is the thing, doing Madam said it, when you hear about rape, people want to, hide themselves because they know that South Beach is just there. It's just open for you, particularly if you think that you will come and then, force women against their will. South Beach will await you. We saw that how that law was forcefully, implied yet in the country. But also some everything just ceased. So people taking in that as a privilege that they can ride on the right of women and then cause a lot of shame, because that's a shame to already that. As for me, I love to participate in everything. So the moment if something happens like that to me, I feel like I almost want to take the life of a person or lady particularly.
But some women have committed suicide because of stigmatization.
So this is what I'm trying to say, that the accuser of that crime, that particular person, at least for that didn't go the thing normal law, like spend your rest of your life in South Beach. So it's a good thing that I listened to you said the Jones security is working. You are working with them. It's a good thing that you have no access to leave this country. You see some people will commit a crime and then like somebody will say, Tina, you don't really get in the street for women. Why can really get to me? Let me be honest with you, that. You will see, they'll say, oh, because the man is a minister brother or representative brother, so they will play with that case. You don't play with the right of people. That's why I always shy away from women issue, because it pains me a lot.
Yes.
Many days for you just want to discuss politics. What pains me is that you don't know what some people go through every day. Women, we are emotional, we break down. We don't have that strength, to build up the courage when something happens. We'll get into the corner, we'll cry, and then we want to take something, and harm ourselves. So if we are seeing this law being enforced, that if you rape a lady or child, innocent child, some people will go as far as 3 years old.
3 years, 2 years.
What on that child that is impressing you, that
attracted you?
Yes. Go to jail.
That's
You have to be in prison. So I think you can look at that.
I also want to clarify, last year we had over 1,000 plus rape cases before this new government came in. Now, I also want to send a message to the parents and the whoever are reporting the crime. One of the problems, we have a SGBV unit at the Ministry of Justice that is ran by Mr. Isaac Liverpool George. He is our boss. He's in charge. He goes to court because he's a lawyer. Why he came to the ministry, he said, Minister, I'm having a problem. We have the perpetrators sitting in jail, but every time we call the people that they don't come. Tina, they don't come.
That's another serious.
That's a serious issue. And guess what? Moravia Central Prison was built for 365. Currently, we have over 1,005. A lot of those cases are rape cases. We cannot continue to just put people in jail, right, and just keep them there, because for human rights issue, they have to go to court. They do that day in court. So when a person we keep carrying the person
pre-trial detainees.
Pre-trial detainee, we be carrying them. After 2 years, they're sitting there. Nobody is coming. So what do you expect us to say? Oh, we know that a crime was committed, but you have to stay with us so we can take it to the end. So your child don't feel like you've neglected them. A lot of girls that have been abused, when this happened, as you can see, they all to the drinking spot. They all around, they're doing the drinking, they're doing all kinds of things to themselves, because mentally, psychosocial, they did not get any help because their family say, we not talk about it, we not talk about it. We have to talk about it.
So let's take for instance, most of the cases of rape issues, sometimes the patient might be vulnerable, yes, but if you look at rape issue in this country, you know that those who are affected, their family is not up to the task to go through legal process. And sometimes the victims will get, threatened and say, if you expose this, I will do this to you, I will do that to you. So sometimes for the victims to, really explain in depth to their parents, they are not able.
I'm sure you're talking
So,
about having that financial potency. The families of these victims,
yeah, they are not.
financially they are not strong.
Yeah, they are not strong. And in the case, the victims cannot explain in details because some people will threaten you to the. You know that most rape cases that the parents can notice it before the child come up to talk. So what I'm not trying to say, I'm actually impressed this morning because for me to know that Ministry of Justice has such program, yeah, it's my first time. Let me be honest, it's my first time. So at least if you go to the scene and then you see the victims, you sit them down, you talk to them. Yes, you consult and let them put a mountain. How long it been happening? Is it only today? And then they will tell you, and then they will be able to point fingers at one or two person who is, in this ground. Because for them to talk to their parents, it's not an easy thing.
Yes, and while you speak about that, let's talk about the juveniles. The juveniles, excuse me, what they're doing, they know the law. They know we can only hold them for a period. Yesterday, while I was speaking to Madam Teller, she was also telling me about another case where it was juveniles, and I think they raped a 3-year-old baby. And she said she was so annoyed, with the boy. And we can't hold them. Another thing we're advocating for at the ministry, that we have property in Bumi. So we're trying to speak with our partners to build a prison that can host up to 6,000 inmates. Hopefully there we can have a juvenile detention center. Because what our juveniles are doing now, a lot of them, they having the milk candy, they putting the marijuana in the milk candy, and they do all this stuff. And they are, a girl, the girls don't know. No. They just think say, oh, I drinking eggnog.
This thing is just fun.
I drinking eggnog. And within, you don't know what is in that eggnog. We had a case like that from Firestone, where the girl was 15 years old, she and her peers, they went to a party, and they did this, and those boys, they did that to that young lady. But thank God, at the time, the late Mr. Dayu Allen was alive, and I took on that survivor. That was the first survivor I really got close to because she was so disturbed, and I told her parents, I said, y'all call me anytime. She stopped eating, she started losing weight. We had to move the family because of stigmatization. We had to move the young lady to an empty house. In these cases, many times, especially with boys that are sodomized also, we have to move them out of the area because,
find a safe home.
They're doing this to these boys. Boys' cases are worse than girls' cases. Many times, the boys do not recover. They go into drugs, they go into alcohol, and then they go into alternative lifestyle, a gay lifestyle that they don't even know anything about, but they are forced into this lifestyle. We're not saying anything bad on the LGBTQ society. What we're saying is that every society have their people. LGBTQ, they have their people. We're saying find somebody that is over 18
years
that agrees with what it is that you're doing. But when you abuse our children, it is not an LGBTQ talk again. It's a law talk. So we will not look at lifestyles. We'll look at the crime. It's happening. Boys being sodomized. Of course, you will not hear it on the radio because we keep it on wraps. It is a terrible thing that's happening, and we need to speak about it more.
So, Onita, here it is. There are times, some of our young women, they find themselves on the street, they become vulnerable. It's the Ministry of Justice standing for them because sometimes I listen to one of them the other day. She said, I get a virus, I get AIDS.
Yeah.
She said, even if I hear, sometimes they rape me, they go. Some of them will give me money. So the journalist asked her, can you report it? She said, even if I go to the police, they will not hear me. Nobody will hear me. So what is it that the Ministry of Justice is doing to, help those people?
I know
in that case.
Our police, they get attacked a lot.
A lot.
Yes.
Yeah, and most especially is around the center street there.
Yes.
Is there where it happens.
Our police, they always say there is anytime you go to the police, because we have women and children protection in all the police stations. Whenever you go and report the crime, they will take the crime. I have never heard of anybody reporting a SGBV crime and the police say, go away, not happening.
No, maybe probably she walked to just an office or and then maybe you're not really taking her serious.
You have to go into the depot. You have to go into the police depot. And if you go to the police depot, for everybody that's listening to me today, if you approach a policeman, we have operation police, we have police for different. So that police, he is not trained in women and children issues. So you have to, yes, right. You have to go there. And if you go to any of our depots and the police give you that response, you take that police name and you take it to Madam Susie Teller. She will call them, or Dixon Jalate. He is Susie's deputy. And they will get on that. I have never, since I've been working with them, I've never seen them ignore a crime. We had an AFL personnel that was accused of interfering with his daughter. We had him in jail for 1 year. Yes, and I made sure that he go to psychiatric to grant, because I can only act. I'm not a police.
Yes.
Right? I'm at justice. So I can only act if you report. If you feel that anybody that you reporting a crime and you're not getting any redress, you come to us and we will see how best we can interfere. But don't sit back and say, oh, I'm not going to the police because the police will not hear my crime. We are supposed to listen to you and we're supposed to help you. So please come to us. This is a new dispensation we're in. And, everyone is overwhelmed about putting, stuff together. We are too. So when you come and you put fire under us or you tell us what's going on, we will definitely intervene and find out what's going on there.
All right, this is the Positive Show, and our live studio guest this morning on the program is Madam Onita Roberts. She's the director of SGBV for rural Liberia, and she's from the Ministry of Justice. Shortly, we will open up the lines, but let's see whether we can get that audio through.
Yeah,
let's see.
While we try to get the audio, let's see if we can read some of the comments on
the live feed. Yes, let's see whether we can read some of the comments from the live feed here. Let's get the comments out from our live feed. Shortly we will announce the number, and so be right there. Don't go away. All right. This one says, this one comes from Rufus Divine Cannon, our manager. He says, thanks, Madam Director, for coming. And he says, we appreciate that this engagement comes on frequently. Another one here says, thanks, Madam Director, for coming. We will appreciate that you have this engagement frequently so as to inform the public on these issues. So let's see whether we can get out this audio for you to listen to, and then later on we will get
listen to info.
Yes, let's get out this audio. Okay, Martina, I'm not getting your audio. I'm not getting your audio.
Who's this from?
So wait, take your own time. Take your time. When she took you there, what time it happened?
since June.
Since June of this. So what been happening to you there while you have been there?
I've been keeping in it now for oh yeah, don't yeah, so long and where are me, my honors? Now, I speak
How old are you?
17.
What class you in?
I passed to the door.
So where your parents are before all of this has happened to you?
When those fast station for us, but you can't know what they are there, only for speed and line or not know that you are talking about. You have no good at you know, people in the side, you won't need that, too.
So wait, these people who are at that particular place in Cinco, so it is only that business there to be doing what they did to you and doing it to others?
And my friend tell me there for me.
So you was living with your auntie. How you left? Why you left from there?
I mean, they were going for service. They didn't work going for service. My ended work going for service.
So you when you came from the place where you been allegedly abused sexually, when you came from there?
Last night.
Just last night?
Yeah.
Have you gone back to your house and informed your people what you went through there? Okay. So since you have now come out, let's come to the issue. Is there something you want to ensure that at least maybe the government or the police can go and where the incident occurred?
Yeah.
And have those who did the act to you can be arrested? You know the place?
Yeah.
You have gone to the police to alert the police about this? You have told the police?
I went to the table and so far, the people that are playing for me. One police officer and everyone has the play music, no, the area for the people playing for me. I'm not the guy carrying money.
I told you that.
Let's understand this. Besides your stomach, which part of the body has been affected so far on this issue?
When my stomach.
Were they feeding you or were they feeding others that are still at that particular area when these things were happening to them or happening to you as well?
When you play high and the full like the day, you are showing a bit just because we eat it. When you go and see us, you see that we only pay. So I showing a bit just. So I thought, you know, you should eat a food. So I need to leave all that down with the wall with me.
How you escape how you escape from the area?
The security tell me I went to here, I feel to here, I slept here, I don't go on, I don't like me, then we come inside and get here. I say, I don't go on, I know, not like I come, my friends out of me. The people in life, in risk. Give me money, just say, you know, go by home, you pay my weapon to come. I stopped to the living she has a room where I see the people, and the people help me to the station for me to explain it.
So your auntie you're living with, she know that you back?
She know about what you say. I just don't even know street.
But is it true that you're on the street?
No, who are you walking? I know they play when people want to pay for the fine in there. I know they play. Even who can anything for me? You want to get out to one car outside for one way.
The fence big?
Big, yeah, room there. More than 16, I've been 15 years. I've been really. If you don't want to do the wall, you can get it. Okay, When you refuse it, I tell you, you can get jobs. When you refuse, you get jobs.
All right, these are disturbing scenes. You listen to the victim there. Mother Roberts, what is the Ministry of Justice and the Gender Ministry dream to avoid some of these happenings?
Okay. I just received a message from one of our heads at the ministry, Madam Cora, and she said close relationships between perpetrators and survivors also influence reporting and prosecution. So we need to discuss this. The children are trusting, and this make the little ones vulnerable. We want you to also, and thank you, Madam, for that message. Guess what? A lot of the children that are raped, they know their perpetrator. The perpetrator are people that they trust. We have fathers. We have uncle. You know, in Liberia, everybody have uncle.
Everybody.
So, you know, I was trying to give Tina a recording here, what we did for the ministry, to play so you can listen to what we want you to hear, how you can protect your children. Everybody that uncle. So when you now make the child trust that person to stay uncle,
already there. So
they would say, "Oh, I can't talk." In this case, with the case I told you about the child that was sodomized, the boy that was sodomized, it was somebody that the family trusted, and it was uncle. So when uncle do this crime now, how do I report my uncle? Children, your uncle is not a good uncle.
Seriously.
If he is going to do this to you, don't trust any family member or anyone that calling themselves family member and perpetrating on you. Well, our girls, we know that plenty of people, they want iPhone, they weave,
They just want to be many things.
the $500 weave,
Yeah.
the gel nails, and the clothing and everything.
Questful.
It's nice to look nice, but you should not be abused in the process. A lot of these girls, they are being used and abused for material things. And we say, no, you protect yourself. I had to talk to a group of girls a little while ago about dress code. We're not saying that the way you dress, somebody rape you, then is an excuse. What we're saying is that certain places, certain time in the night, you going out with some short skirts and some short. The rapists, it take them no time to drag that clothes off you. But if you have on a proper jeans, you know, something that you can shout. If why somebody trying to do this, if you are not drugged, let's be specific, you can shout and you can get an attention of others. But you put on these little dresses that, you know, some of us we well endowed in the back, you know, the dress it show. A rapist is sick. They have psychiatric problem. You know, in Africa we don't recognize psychiatric problem. A rapist is not well, because a well man would not do a crime like that. So we got sick people. Just how we got armed robbers outside. The rapists are the same. So you must protect. The same way you protect your phone and protect your bag,
money.
you have to protect your body. Be security for yourself too before you come to us, because we can't be everywhere. Our girls, they go out, they go to these parties, they drink and think they forget about themselves. The perpetrators are in the room. They're
right there with you.
They're looking at who is, you know, who is.
Yeah, who for next.
Yes, sir. So we you know, we cannot emphasize enough. But we just telling y'all, you know, y'all listen to this young lady crying and telling us what they did to them. She said they have about 15. Why should we have 15 girls in a fence being abused? And you know, things, I'm sure the security that helped her.
And I think it led a race too, because working in that particular area, for you to just allow one 15 to leave that place, your life might be at risk.
But that security person obviously don't like what's going on there. But that's his job.
That's his job.
You see?
That's a means
That's
of,
his job.
and
So,
some of them, that's the means of getting the little they want to get for the day.
yes. So I said, and we don't know who he is. Of course, if we know, we can't call his name, but we'll say thanks, to him, to have let that girl out, to come and let us know what's going on in that fence. We cannot say thank you to him enough. Even if I get to know him, I would, draw him near and see somebody like that, how we can work with him to be an advocate.
Yes.
Of course.
To be an advocate in his neighborhood to protect our girls, because he really did a good job. Also, let me let you all know, there's a lot of expats, like foreigners and stuff, that work here in Liberia. And sometimes, because maybe they feel their job, their job description, or they got some kind of protection, they perpetrate. If we catch you perpetrating, we will not, in the UN system, if they call your name on crime, especially sexual crime, the UN will dismiss you right away.
You go.
You guys saw what happened to our past ambassador, Maxwell Kemia, when he was accused of sexual harassment. He was quickly dismissed, and the case, is continuous, because sexual harassment cases are very hard to prove. Now, before we turn over to the phone lines, I visited Capitol Hill. I spoke with Senator Prince Mui. I spoke with Senator Nukwe, Madam Lawrence, our pro temp right now. I went and I did a program for her, few days, 100 girls in her county to sensitize about SGBV. We want to call on our speaker, Mr. Fanati Kofa, which is very passionate about this fight also. I spoke to Honorable Musa Ability, which told me that in Nimba, they're having serious issues with SGBV. So we have some of our people up there on the hill. Guys, when it comes to election, the way you can sensitize.
Oh, yes.
And ask people to vote for you.
All around. Please do it for us.
We want them.
Crossing borders.
Yes. As I visit their counties, they must help me, Tina, to talk to the men, because the men are committing a crime.
Of course.
And help me to talk to the women also. This is a nationwide fight. It's not a Monserrato thing.
No.
It's a nationwide fight. So our senators and representatives, our commissioners, all of them that are appointed in these counties, they must help us with this, with SGBV and domestic violence and human rights violations, especially when it comes to human trafficking. Stop bringing our children in from Lofa County. You bring them here, you get a plastic bag to sell. They pour cola on their head. They're walking around. Some of these girls, they look good. So the men, then when they go to sell a bitter cola, they will invite them in their offices. I've heard this many times.
That's what happened on the daily basis.
Yes, Tina. So, we're not on vex with anybody. We're just here to do our job, to ask that you all help us. Because I don't want, when it happen, you senator now, when it happened to your daughter now, you come to my office now, you want me to, to get aggressive.
Yes.
Get aggressive for all the people that voted you all in those offices.
Of course.
All right, she's Madam Onita Rabas from the Ministry of Justice, and she's the director of SGBV for rural Liberia. 0778 665 073 087 105 105. This is the Positive Show, and we're talking SGBV issues in Liberia, the issue of rape, the issue of sodomizing. 0778 665 073. Those are the numbers you can call, and yes, you can call and participate on the program. Let's see what we'll have our first caller here. Good morning. All All right, we just lost that caller. 0778-665-073, 087-105-105. Those are the numbers you can call. 0778-665-073, 087-105-105. While we are with your calls, Madam Robert, you talk about this registry. You care to just highlight a little bit about what it looks like?
Okay, the sex offender registry, like I said, I'm right now, I'm being empowered by our minister to go in the sub-region.
Okay, let's hold you there and talk to this caller. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, your name and where you call from?
Thank you. My name is Mo, calling from the Matari from Kingston.
Okay, go right ahead and participate.
First of all, say congratulations to all your studio guests for the level of education she are educating Black people. But my attention goes to this. When such thing happen and then people come out and load this kind of alarm, bring it to the public. When it get to the public, and then all of a sudden, for a week, it can just pack off and it go and nothing comes out of it. So my concern is why sometimes when you go that level, nothing comes out of it. Like the incident in Matari a few months ago, it was flagging all around this country. But at the end of the day, it just died down. Nobody getting any story, no stuff from it. So that's my own concern.
Okay, 0778-665-073, 0778. You will respond later on. 0778-665-073, 087-105-105. Let's talk to another caller here. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, your name and where you call from?
Yeah, my name is Aliyu Padikomai, Mepikin family, I call for around the power generation.
Go right ahead and participate.
Let me say good morning to our studio guests. And let me say thanks to all for the testimony because we are funding our grandchildren because we say we feel sorry for most of the grandchildren that are on the street. But my big thanks go to the Love FM family for flagging the issue because like she said, they can all over, but at least everybody at time, one way or other, we are all over. So at least for Love FM to flag the issue and then they take the initiative to quick to see how better to quick it down. It is good because I think we don't want for you to be saying at least you know when you hear on radio, you can't get quick. But now you can't come to the media, can't and we hear anything and I guess and the people say they came to me. They just take it from the radio now. When I hear anything again, they just came in and they just say that they do anything to me. So we just pray to God, at least the government, because we are the supporter of the government and we want a good thing. Just imagine our children, they are falling. Both in the net, for example, Resta Sport Commission in the net, so gonna lay area they put it, especially the Judging Ministry. Let me say this to them. You got to wake up. Lay area people opening ghettos everywhere, even the center part is settled in Main Street, which is Broad Street. What's our sport commission that you see get you? 10-year-old, 11-year-old, 12-year-old, sometimes I see somebody say, I want flood there, but because I want for human right to hold me. Somebody I get you want to for the spear, carrying them back home because let me here, I got get children. I got get children living with me and I got my own own. So when I see a lot of people who sometimes I can feel bad because I got lazy stuff and also. So please, Judging Ministry, please work on General Ministry, please pray yourself together to see how bad you move in the various ghettos, even the new one they trying to start because the new thing they do, somebody put lay basket down, they say King Jude, and I King Jude they telling you, they're selling all kinds of property in that place. Coast Sport Commission, right between Nishpi, going there, like area, West Sport Commission, little people that they say, like Obojokan.
Okay.
Thanks so much. Let's go to the line and talk to this caller. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, your name and where you call from?
My name is Lee Dawson. I'm joining from District 13.
Okay, go ahead, Mr. Dawson.
Okay, let me say thank you to your studio guests. But this is something that is very trending in our country, and we need to stop these things. Now, we got a lot of girls children that are being accused. And our people seeing this thing, they haven't seen anything about it. But I want to very, appreciate and thank your studio guests by flagging all the issues because this thing is very, very, taking over our country. Just what you said about our listen to the recording, see that kind of explanation. And one thing again, our police really get up and stand on their things. How can a child tell you that, oh, this thing happened to me and just go? Only you people just standing to make sure that the person is wrong. That shouldn't be. So we got to sanitize the police as well to see how best to start going to the various places. And if they hear cases that things happen that they will try to go and investigate.
And do us a favor where you will have to report those cases on air. That we really appreciate you for that.
We are in our bureau homes.
Yeah, you have a responsibility too.
Of course, when we see this thing, when we even stay out, because now where I am, a lot of things, and you can see just children all on the street, small children. Sometimes I wonder what the parents are.
Okay. Let me. Yes, all right.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. This is Jala Grayfield.
Okay.
Yeah, good morning, Jala.
I've been following Onika since the show started. But I would have thought by this time, the Justice Ministry through the police were barricaded out the entire place. And then because there's no one above the law and no one above the government.
Yes.
The time you take it now to explain all of these things, and then by this time those guys have been apprehended because this thing has been on social media. It was social media yesterday. The first time listening to the thing was on Cool FM. They play as a teaser for almost 5 to 6 minutes, and everyone is talking about it on the social media. Don't you think these guys have absconded that area?
Yes.
Because once they know they will be arrested, they will leave the place and go somewhere else.
Yes.
So by the time, once the time the information flare off, by that time the governments are taking seize of the matter. And my second thought is that I think this girl who has come out to say this thing, as you stated earlier, we should stop putting on Facebook like other guys are doing.
Yeah.
We should also have her in a safe home because she's been abused. She's 17 years in the 12th.
Yes.
She wants to go to school.
She's a minor.
She's been abused by older men. Listen to all that kid that it drugged them and they have sex with them, and she was misused. It's despicable. We need to take seize of this matter. By the time we're talking to talk about this on the radio, and that's why I think by this time the government should move in and have that place locked, and all the occupants should be on arrest. Thank you.
Okay.
All right, Jala Grayfield. 0778665 073 0778665 073. Let's talk to this caller. Good morning.
Hello.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning. My name is Peggy Dixon. I'm calling from Sinker.
Go right ahead.
The issue of sexual and gender-based violence really should be a global issue in Africa, most especially Liberian girls. We have reached to a point in our country where most Liberian girls have lost their value. Because sometimes when we are raped, I'm a victim of that. Sometimes when we are raped, we live with these same perpetrators in the communities and we live with this stigma for the rest of our life. I got raped years ago. And then these same people that did these things to me, nothing came out of it. I continue to live with this stigma. And sometimes I see this perpetrator looking me in the face. It's really hard and it's really painful. Liberian girls really need justice. We reach to a point in our Bureau where we lost our value. But they are saying that Liberian girls, the potential, the dreams have been killed inside of her because no justice. Liberian men don't value Liberian women anymore. You go in the jobs, we just been less value, no respect. Nothing good out. So my question to the student girls is, what are you doing to regain the value of Liberian girls? Like our future, our dreams will not die enough because to live with stigma is painful.
Of course.
It very hurt.
Yes.
I get it.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. Let's move on.
You know, she's actually strong to come out and say, I'm a victim of this thing. It takes courage to
She's
do
a
that.
survivor.
Yes,
Yes.
I actually admire her courage.
She's a
So the question
survivor.
is up to you to reform their
Yeah, you can
dignity.
respond now, Madam Roberts. We have about 7 minutes to begin.
Okay, so I'll respond quickly. The first caller talked about the cases going away. And I think I addressed that earlier. Cases go away because people don't follow their cases. They should follow up with the cases. If you feel that you are not getting the justice that you need and your case is not being taken up, you come to the Ministry of Justice and you complain. We'll bring it up to the minister attention, and hopefully the minister would ask, we'll call the county attorney, we'll call, our actors and see what's going on with that case. Rounds. Yes, the police need to make rounds at night. As you can, our women and children protection, and of course some of us at the ministry, we are not, we don't have vehicles, right? Enough vehicles for us to be doing rounds. So we're working on it. I think the president is trying to secure vehicles for security. They've done LNP. They've done, a few agencies, the DEA, immigration. So, we all, in the law is a chain. Everybody gotta wait for their time. So we're waiting for our help to do our rounds.
Okay, let's take that call.
Let's take this final call, Madam Bravo. Let's squeeze in this call.
We lost that call.
Okay. I want to respond to Jala Griffield.
Yeah.
Jala Griffield is a journalist and he's a veteran journalist. And I'm very happy that he called today. Yes, Jala, thank you so much for making a comment. That's one of the problems we have with the video being on Facebook and everything. It makes it very hard for that survivor. We don't have adequate safe rooms that we need to take these girls and put them there so that they can get the help that they need. We're working on a safe room. In Madam Salif government, we had safe rooms in each county, and they were not supported. So we hope that with this government, we can go and have the conversation with the president and tell him how it's very urgent for us to have these safe rooms. For our survivor that called, thank you so much for calling. Please, you can come to the ministry and ask for me. You will make a very good advocate to speak on what's going on with with you all. In your case, we hope to have safe rooms to help you all with psychosocial and for you to get out of the community, to regain your value and everything. Yes, it's our job to make sure that you regain. Before we went to the phone lines, our moderator here asked about the sex offender registry. And Tina have the ad that she's gonna play. But the sex offender registry, like I said, we are in consultation now. The Minister of Justice, UNDP, UN Women, all of us, we're in consultation. Like myself, I have traveled to the two countries so far that we feel, people we have close contact with, which is Burkina Faso and Ivory Coast. My next visit will hopefully be to Nigeria, where we see how their sex offender, how they do theirs, and then we will come back. But like I said, this sex offender registry is a regional effect. All of us have to do it in order for it to be effective. So yes, sir, the conversation on the sex offender registry, thanks for asking that question. We're working on it. And yes, I'm not sitting supinely in my office. I'm on my feet. I'm talking about it all the time. And we hope to get the sex offender registry realized. These perpetrators must be documented and they must know that we are serious to fight crime.
Okay, let's play you this ad now. You can listen to it, and that will certainly take us home on this morning edition of the Positive Show.
Welcome everyone. everyone to the Ministry of Justice SGBV prevention messages from the SGBV and Domestic Violence Rural Office in Liberia. My people, rape is getting plenty in our country now. Only you can stop it by protecting your child or children and make sure they are always around you. Keep your eyes on your children and listen to these advices. Our market women, please listen. When you go to the market to sell, please keep your eyes on your child or children always. Do not allow your child to sit on any man's lap. Do not allow anyone to joke with your child as their woman or husband. Do not allow your child to accept gifts from strangers when you are not around. Do not allow your child to enter a room or closed area with a strange man except when you are around. Please be careful with study class teachers. Make sure they teach your child in an exposed area. Do not allow any of your children to be breadwinner for the family when they're supposed to be in school. Do not allow your child to walk about at night. Once your child or children complain about a particular person, do not keep it. Take it up with the law and show them that you can defend them. Rape can destroy your children's bright future. If you suspect any of these acts towards your child, please ask questions and report it to the police quickly. Currently in Liberia, we have 450 rape cases with statutory sodomy and gang rape on the rise. Because of this, the Ministry of Justice, the Ministry of Gender, and our partners are in consultation to create the National Sex Offender Registry. This registry is only for convicted perpetrators that have gone through the system. Do you know that there are only 3 sex offender registries in Africa to protect women? Let's fight to make Liberia the 4th country to have a sex offender registry. Let's join together to fight rape and domestic violence in Liberia. This message was brought to you by the SGBV Rural Office in Liberia.
So that's it for the program. You listen to the Positive Talk with your rural human rights. Can I say human rights activist from the Ministry of Justice? This program comes to you today on the Positive Show. Madam Onike, I'm impressed of your presentation here. At least we have the time for our callers to raise concern, and it will also be a good thing that they love FMA, be part of this process that will work.